Please explain how our ignorance, moha, leads to the misconceptions of good and bad, perceived from all the six senses.
Yeah, because we are all the time we are being fooled by our senses because what we see we think is nice, but when you get closer, it is not so nice. For instance, from far, mm, the body looks beautiful, but if you get closer and you open it and see the inside, you know that it is not so good. Sometimes the body is good, the mind is not good. The mind is getting angry and fear and all kinds of afflictions. So there is a mind and body all the time. So the outside mm, influences, if you take it in their face value, you get deceived by them. You think he's good person, but to think he is only pretending to be good. So we don't know his mind, we only know his bodily physical features. So all the time you are being fooled by what you see and hear. But he may be saying just the opposite of what he wants. So we don't know how to reach out to their minds. So we have to take it in the face value. So again and again uh, uh, you get deceived by what you see, what you hear, what you smell. You think it is a nice smell, but it is not, because you when you get closer to it, mm, you can't have it. All good smells are good, but then they change, and then it becomes it's lost. Neither can you keep on smelling the good thing because you get tired of that smell. So even the best food, the taste, how much can you eat? At the beginning you feel very happy to eat it. Halfway you are tired of it. The end of it you don't want to see it. It is not the best food can be tolerated for more than what is the body needs. So after that you don't want to see the food, you want to put it away somewhere so that you don't even want to sit there and eat it. Never mind, you even don't want to see it. So you put it away into the fridge or whatever. Then after 3, 4 hours, again you want to eat the same food. So it's the body is changing, mind is changing, the outside environment is changing. So you have to all time keep on changing to suit the circumstance. So what is the question about? Uh,
Question was Bhikkhuni, how does our ignorance lead us to
so,
misconceptions?
yeah. So now our ignorance is such that we think we can enjoy it for a lifetime or for a long time, but it doesn't. The happiest things, even you want to finish it and then get over, then you have to, the bodily needs are such that you have to cater to the bodily needs. So anything that is good cannot last because you get tired of that itself. So the moha is that you expect these things to last and you think they are good and nice and you want to acquire them and possess them. And then after you acquire and possess, then you know again they are an affliction. So it happens for everything that we think is good. It happens to the marriage, it happens to the car that you wanted so much, it happens to the house, it happens to everything and everybody. So the very thing you wanted is becomes an affliction. So you have to put up with it. You have to repair it. So the moha is that you believe that once you get it, that is it. When you are studying, you think that if you once you become a doctor, finished, then that's your trouble. All your problem is over. But when you become a doctor, you find that you have to work and work and work till the end of your life, and still you have to work, and there is no end to it. So Becoming a doctor was your only wish, but now what you have? You already got it, and then you have to work at it. So there is no such thing that gives complete happiness, though we believe that this is what I want and I got it. Well, once you get it, you don't want it anymore. Then you want something else. So the moha drives you like that, the donkey and the carrot. So you want this something, then another thing, then another thing, then another thing. So the moha drives you. Now I have had this, now I want the other, and the other, and the other. And whole time, everything you want, that becomes as affliction. And then you don't want it. Then you want another. So this moha is ignorance, not knowing the nature of life. Once you know the nature of life, you won't go at it, you won't crave for it, and even if you get it, you know the limitations. So moha doesn't have a chance to like, to uh, mm, victimize you. So when you know that it is good, well, it is good, it will pass away. Any feeling, it is good, it will pass away. So you don't crave for good feelings. All good feelings come and go. So whatever you crave for, the moha thinks that it is good to have. But once you get it, then you can't take it anymore. Then you have to give it up. So this moha is the thing that drives you on and on, looking for better things in life. And every time you get it, to get it is difficult. To maintain it is difficult. When you lose it, it is so difficult. So all good things are afflicted by their very nature. The thing itself is difficult. Say you want your car and you with great difficulty you buy your car. Then you have to maintain the car. And then if you have an accident or something happens or you lose it, then it is a terrible disaster. So all these good things in life are afflicted. When you know it, will you be dead keen on having it, or will you be about halfway? Yeah, good if I have it. If I don't have it, well, it's okay. Like that, you become a bit equanimous. You are not driven by moha to seek this, that, and the other, thinking that is the thing I want, and then you know that that itself is an affliction. So one is not driven by moha. One is always with panya or with wisdom, wanting only what is right and good, and not wanting what is not necessary. That just for pleasure or just for occupation. So you pipe down on that, and then you uh, you you conserve your time, your energy, and you do something constructive, and you don't waste time going after this and that, and getting involved, and then your things that the most important thing in life as a human being is to understand the Dhamma with wisdom and try to get out of this samsaric problem of birth and death, this recurrent problem. As a human being, that should be your most the cherished uh, of important, most important for you is to understand the nature of life and to understand how can we get out of this samsaric problem of birth and death. That should be your ultimate goal. So the rest of it is not so important. So you can pipe down on other things, but you can put your full effort how to get rid of this samsaric problem. That is what the wisdom will tell you. So moha will drive you here and there into one abyss and another. But wisdom will take you right on the path, and then you will one day be so happy. Well, good, I took this path, and today I have won. Today I have found out that there is a permanent cure, that I have found the end of rebirth, the deathless, you understand. So it is a human being who can get this. So your human mind should be more towards the ending of suffering rather than being driven from one thing to another by moha. So it is a wisdom that tells you these things are not important. What is important is how to get rid of this samsaric problem. Then you will put more effort on the important, mm, uh, the most important thing in your life, and that is how to reach the deathless. So the Buddha is one who advocates that, and he says, don't waste your human life. Use your intelligence, your wisdom to get over dukkha once and for all. Ending of dukkha is what the Buddha preached about. No more dukkha, no more birth, no more death, no more suffering. So that should be your ultimate goal. And then you won't worry about these other things in life. Other things in life are just for living. So you will put your full effort on how to for the ending of suffering and ending of rebirth and ending of dukkha, ending of death. Okay?
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bhikkhuni.
Yeah.
A question came this morning on volition in respect to anatta. I will ask that question now.
Yeah.
How should one view mental and bodily volition in respect to anatta? Because there seems to be an aspect of control over mental and bodily formations, it appears as self.
So there is anatta, the non-self nature. But then we have volition also. Volition which is will and uh, uh, will, not only will, but karmic formation. In spite of the anatta, the non-self nature, we still make karma. This is very funny but true. So, though anatta says there is no more me, I, and mine, the whole time we are afflicted with me, I, and mine. That's why we make karma. Only the Arahant, he has no more me, I, and mine. So he doesn't have any volition as such. He has no karmic affliction. But though we know anatta as non-self, we always are afflicted with the self. So the day you give up yourself, that's the day the Arahant he knows, and then he will never be making any more karma because he has no more greed for self. So he until that you have this, uh, you have on one side anatta, the non-self nature, and on the other side you believe in the self, and then you create karma also. Though it is non-self, you think it is self. So until you become arahant, even if you know it as a theory, the non-self, in practice you are having the self. Whereas the arahant is the only one, he not only knows, but in practice also he He has given up the self to such an extent that he doesn't make any karma. But ordinary person, he says non-self, but all the time he's having a self, and all the time he's making karma and volitional action. So this is really the conflict which keeps on going until you become around. So it becomes less and less, and then your volition becomes more powerful, and your anatta becomes less, because you will only do what is necessary and not be driven uh, by the world, because you will be more with wisdom, so you will do what is necessary for your onward journey. You will not do things that take you one foot forward and then one foot backwards. So you will be always making the effort to go forwards. And whole time your volitional activity will be uh, so one step forward. Uh, it's you are not driven by things of the world, but your own wisdom tells you, no use all that, no use all that, give that up. That is not what is necessary. This is my goal in life. So you will take the right decision all the time. So the non-self nature, though you know as a theory, in practice you are always with the self. So that becomes less and less, and the self becomes non-self really. Not only the theory but in practice, and that only the arahant gets. Until that, you know it is as a theory, but in practice you are having the self. So there is a conflict like that, but once you know what it is, then you must tell yourself, I know there is no self, nothing belongs, but I want to have my things. So then there is a conflict. Though nothing belongs, I want to have my things because I need them. So long as I live, I need them. Then you know that you will not accumulate unnecessary rubbish. You will just keep only the essentials that you really need. So anything extra you will give away or get rid of. So you will go with the minimum. In the case of the Arahants, they have only the bowl and ropes. So they will go Pindapat. They don't want to cook. They don't want to earn money. They don't want anything. Somebody gives them a rope. Somebody gives them food. So there are no wants. They don't have anything to accumulate and keep. So then finally it becomes easy to live and satisfied all the time, because they are whatever they get, they are satisfied. So uh, you don't have to have all the luxuries in this world to find satisfaction. You find satisfaction in the in the little thing. I remember when Sariputta or one of the great disciples went on alms round, and then a leper, he had leprosy. He served something with his hand, and a piece of his la- finger finger fell into the bowl. Now what to do? It was rotten. Then Sariputta was so happy because he thought he must do him a good turn. He sat close by under a tree and for him to see. Then he quietly took the piece of that finger that had got rotten and fallen in his foot. He took it out and left it outside. Then he ate the food. And he had been telling even later in life, such a thing happened to me, but never did I feel bad about it. I was so happy for the leper, so for him to see I was eating the food. So the Arahant has a different mind. He is always satisfied. Even the worst thing, he can just take it for granted and then forget about it. Nothing hurts him because he, he is satisfied all the time. It's hard to imagine what it is like until and unless you are on the path. Then gradually you'll get to learn, well, I don't want all the rubbish. I have this much. This is enough. Whatever I have, this is enough for me. I don't want to have too many things. I don't want a crowded house and crowded room. So like that, you will keep the minimum that you need and give away all the unnecessary stuff. So you are satisfied all the time with whatever you have. And that is the happiness they enjoy. Okay, I don't know whether I have said
Sadhu, sadhu.
enough. Yeah.
That's fine, Bhikkhuni. There were two follow-up questions. You may have answered them too, but I'll say it anyway. What is the cause of volition, and is volition a sankhara or a vijnana?
Volition is sankara, that is, you are creating karma. It is not a vijnana. Vijnana is only eye consciousness, ear consciousness, consciousness. Consciousness is different from sankara. Sankara is the creation of karma. So we have to be careful and understand what is creation of karma, because that's the thing that is a problem for us. Okay, karma is sankara. Sankara means you react to things of the world. You react adversely or you react well. You see people doing good and then you're happy. Again, it is sankara. It is kusala sankara. It can be akusala sankara. So you can get angry and hurt about things, or else you can be happy and uh, enjoy things. Still, they are all sankara. Kusala sankara or akusala sankara. Still, there is an accumulation of karma. Only the arahant who doesn't accumulate karma. Why am good things, bad things, they are the same. He has no more accumulation. So until you come to that stage, you have to know that this is good sankara, this is kusala, then this is akusala. Why am I amassing and collecting and having heaps of sankara? Sankara is karma in the making. So if at all you make good karma, because that good karma also can be giving you happy results in samsara. So karma also should be just what is necessary for you to overcome suffering. That is the eightfold path. So eightfold path is the right approach to making sankara. Right view, right thinking, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right? And that eightfold path is what is right and the kind of sankhara that you should do to overcome this samsaric problem. So the more you are with the eightfold path, the more the sankhara you make will be to your asset for the ending of suffering. Okay.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Otherwise, yes,
Yes.
good sankhara, bad sankhara, they can prolong your uh, your life in samsara. Good sankhara will give you happy results in divine worlds. Bad sankhara will give you painful results in hell worlds or subhuman worlds. But uh, but the Eightfold Path takes you, thus gives you the right kind of sankhara that you create towards the ending of suffering. So we have to make the sankhara, but you have to make it so that it is an asset and you are going along the right path, the Eightfold Path. Okay?
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhikkhuni. Could you please explain what nimitta is?
Nimitta.
Yes.
For nimitta is an object when you do mostly not vipassana. When you do samatha, you get all kinds of you see things yeah, and then you look for those things. Nimitta is an object, a kind of uh, uh, something you when you are in deep concentration, you keep on seeing light or seeing things. So many things. I think I must have seen thousands of things which I have never seen with my eyes. Mm, all kinds of flowers and colors and things you can't imagine. When you are in samatha, these things happen. But when you are in vipassana, none of those nimittas have any significance because you don't have unnecessary things like that coming. But the whole time you are mindful and watching, and you are not carried away by mm, uh, pure concentration. Pure concentration is what gives you this kind of objects or things that you see, and yeah, and then you get carried away. So vipassana does not. In vipassana, you don't see any nimitta. You don't see anything like that because you are not so concentrated and being carried away by your own concentration. Because in vipassana, you see anicca, dukkha, anatta. You see impermanence, you see dukkha, you see the non-self nature. In pure concentration, you don't see anicca, dukkha, anatta. You merely get involved in the pure concentration, then you get carried away and you keep on seeing all kinds of things, quite irrelevant and not unnecessary for your onward journey. It is only vipassana that helps you on the path. So it is mindfulness, sati, dhamma, vichaya. This is the investigation, sati, dhamma, vichaya, virya, energy, the seven bhujjangas, sapta bhujjanga, sati, dhamma, vichaya, virya, priti, passadi, samadhi, upeksha. That samadhi is the thing that is important towards enlightenment because the sapta visuddha, uh, sapta bhujjanga, they are the ones that are the enlightenment factors. So, if you go that way, you won't see any of those nimittas. You merely have mindfulness, then you have sati, dhammavicya, then you investigate some sati, dhammavicya, virya, energy, priti, pasadi, then you feel happy and contented and relaxed. And then you go the way the seven bhujangas carry you. That samadhi is what is important for realization, not the samatha samadhi that gives you all kinds of nimitta and all these things. So, if you look for that, you may be getting more into pure concentration and going towards jhana, and it's another uh, a route. which may sometimes give you vipassana or may not. Okay?
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you,
Yes.
Guru.